Okay, so there's these big circles, the red one and the green one, and there's other ones off screen here. Those are for something that I have not built into the game yet, and I may not build into the game. Right now they're not doing anything, so they're just big ugly circles right now. Anyways, since the last video, we have doubled the map size. This is now what we'll be calling a small map, if there's a small, medium, and large. And this is the small one. We've also imposed a zoom out limit so that you cannot see the entire map at once. Matt convinced me that this is better, and for practical reasons it's sort of necessary as well. If you zoom out all the way to see the entire map, even a small map, the ships become so small that you can't really see them. So that's just how it's got to be. So Matt made these this little cursor thing so that you can see very clearly which ship you are about to select. And yeah, so we've done some work with each individual ship to make them more unique and more interesting. The Scout is still the fast one with sort of a medium small amount of health. Its primary fire is this plasma ball. Oh yeah, I can right click to make my reticle appear and to slow down my turning so that I can aim more accurately, and it also hides all the HUD stuff to get it out of the way. Anyways, the plasma ball looks like that when I miss. There we go. And it bounces, and it maintains its velocity after it bounces. So the idea is that, you know, once we have sort of environmental things floating around, we can do bank shots potentially with the Scout. And then its secondary fire is this really cool machine gun. That looks like that. I'm very happy with that. The trail renderers were a recent addition to the projectiles, and they make a huge difference in just making things look neat. And then the Scout's ability, all ships will have a special ability, is a dash attack. Actually, before I explain that, I should explain this green circle here. So these are, we can't settle on a name for them, but they're like these defense regions, where if you bump into one, it does a little bit of damage and bumps you away. And that is to sort of dissuade you from just coming straight up to somebody and point blank unloading a machine gun into somebody. They need to do more damage. Right now it's set to a very low number, and I increased the health on all the ships. But yeah, so the Scout's ability is this dash, and one of the things that it does is it cuts through and disables those defense areas. And you'll also notice that the defense area is disabled after you bump into it. It's a one and done per turn, but I can dash through, and then I can actually pause by pressing the tab button and switch to a different ship. I'll zoom out a bit so you can see down here. Now, I've dashed through this fighter, and it creates this kind of like pull effect and pulls them towards my ship. And your active ship does not have one of those defense regions. You have to switch away from that ship for it to become active again. So I've done my dash, I've switched to a different ship, and when I unpause, this ship will have its region active again, and this guy should bump into it for a little bit of extra damage. Maybe not. It depends on how close you are to a ship when you do the dash. If you're further away from it, then it'll work better. I'll just demonstrate that actually. Let's see. Let's come up to this Scout down here. Whoop. Oh, not that one. Man, it's been a long day. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to aim for that guy right there. Okay, we hit him. And I'll switch to this guy, and then boom, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay, and then I can now sneak around with this Scout and pew, shoot him. There we go. And then run up my AP bar down here, which will end the turn and switch to a different ship. Once I unpause by pressing tab, this ship will continue moving. Everything maintains its velocity in that way. And the fighter ship, they're not as fast as the Scout, but I did speed them up, so they're not a total slog to drive. And their primary fire is a machine gun, like the Scout's secondary, except instead of shooting 20 bullets or whatever it was, it shoots only 5, but they're bigger and they do more damage, and the spread is more narrow, so you can aim quite a bit more accurately with them. And then the secondary fire is a missile. Boom, which does big damage, especially to a scout. I almost forgot. One of the other very recent additions is weaknesses. We've decided that each ship type will have a different weakness, either bullets or plasma or explosions or electrical. Those are the 4 weapon types we're working with right now. And that is to encourage you to use a variety of weapons and just to give you more considerations for who you're going to attack and with what. Anyways, so the fighter has an ability as well. It's a shield. That's of course not the final graphic. When it's all done, it won't be obscuring your health points. And it just acts as like extra HP. I think right now it's 100. It's not necessarily going to stay that way. But if I come over with the fighter and I shoot at it, of course the bullets are not going to penetrate it, but they are weakening it, and eventually they will destroy it, and you'll be able to damage the fighter once again. Let's see. Did I have anything else? I mean, there's some extra sound effects, but I don't think they're coming through very well with my recording anyways, so yeah, I think that's it. Thanks.